Okay, I am live. Hello, everybody. Hello, June. Hi. Hi, Joe. Kat. Hi. Who else we got in here? Grasshopper and Andrew, if you're still around, and Frank. So, hi, guys. How's it going? Corn shells. Oh, you're talking about tortillas. Yep. It's Taco Tuesday. I like flour shells. Every once in a while I'll have corn shells, but I really prefer flour. So that's just my white person in me, I assume. So welcome everybody to Tuesday night. I'm sure Blackie will be in here eventually. I'll show you the drawing that I finished. And then I still got the buffalo, so if anybody's interested in either one, you can let me know, but we'll wait a little while. Rich, hi. And I'll show you also on a photograph, because the photograph is better than my stupid webcam. My webcam is totally sucky. So we've got two drawings. And here is one of them. Nona, hello. So here's the wolf that I've been working on for the last few days. I think it took me like 3 pretty solid long days to do this one. And it is a portrait of a wolf in colored pencil on bark paper. And what else? Oh, he's 8 by 10. And then he is framed or matted. He's not framed. He's got a mat. He's matted to an 11 by 14. So if you get him, you'll be able to just drop him right into a 11 by 14 frame with glass, which is standard size. And you can get it just about anywhere from Walmart to Michael's or Hobby Lobby or wherever. And then I've also still got the buffalo, which is it's matted to fit in the same thing. It's a 8 by 10 with 11 by 14 mat. However, the buffalo is actually quite a bit bigger. Well, like an inch bigger all around. So, you know, if you want to custom frame it, you got a bigger drawing. Because in the 8 by 10 mat, some of the drawing is not showing. I'll show you the buffalo. Rich told me he'd auction all the money in his bank account for that. $2? I'm teasing you. Oh, thank you, thank you. Okay, let me see here. Hi, Mojo. So this one is, of course, the buffalo. And it is on papyrus paper. And the wolf, I'll show one more time, is on bark paper, handmade bark paper. Gosh, I'm getting almost good at this, huh? There's the wolf. GRB, hello, hello. Chicklets, 23, hello. You just got your new electric bill almost died. I know. I got a $500 electric bill from last month because it was just colder than shit, and I had the heaters running constantly. I have not sent him out yet, but he is probably going out tomorrow. I've been getting everything ready to go. I had a few more things to add to it, and I'm going to do it tomorrow. I've got to make sure that I put on my compression socks tonight so I can get my shoes on in the morning. Oh, no kidding, June. Yours is higher than 500? Shit. I will, I'll send you a tracking number. I have a bunch of stuff that I got to get gone, but I haven't made it to the post office. But like I say, I'm hoping to go tomorrow because I want to get everything going. Electricity is just crazy prices. It is. It's like, holy crap. You had a $400 electric bill and you live in a single bedroom apartment. Yeah, well, I just live in a little tiny, like 2-bedroom trailer house. And it's like, I had a $500 bill last month. From last month. Of course, we did have, days that were like minus 26 and shit. So, but still, that's still like, when you look at it and suck in your breath and go, holy shit, how am I going to pay that? And I think we're going to get more snow, which is one of the reasons that I want to get to the mail tomorrow, because I had everything ready and had boots on and everything to go Monday, and the freeway was closed. And I don't want my art to be in the mess of like catching up with the mail, because when the freeway's closed, there's no mail in or out. Yeah, that isn't bad at all, Kat. So, I don't want like stuff stuck in the mail while they're catching up. So I want to get it in between, like it's open again, and I want to get it out before we get hit with another snowstorm and the mail gets stopped again. It's wintertime in Wyoming. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice, GRB. I know. $83. I'm moving to Canada. No kidding. $83 is like a summertime bill. So hopefully Blackie will be coming in here pretty soon so he can talk and help entertain people. I don't see any messages from him, but I know that he saw the link, so that's cool. He's probably like getting his oldies set up. What are you doing, dog? Cat. Is it the cat? I'm trying to get into a bag, I think. I don't have a passport either. Oh, there's Blackie. He says he's nearly there. Awesome. You guys get out of whatever you're getting into. Get out of there. Blackie is here to keep my live stream sane. If I didn't have Blackie, I'd go insane and everybody'd be running away screaming. So what's everybody else got going on besides outrageously high electric bills. Yeah, most fish can do fairly good at 64, as long as you don't have anything like discus or something like that. Divine, hello. You've been cigarette free for 2 days now? I guess that's good. I've been cigarette free for a lot longer than that, but it's not by choice. It's because I haven't gotten to town. I don't have money to buy cigarettes. You got to go to UPS tomorrow. I'm just going to go to the post office and then come back home again. Needed to quit for upcoming surgery. Oh, what kind of surgery are you having? Oh, man. Cigarettes are over $60 a pack. Holy crap. That's what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the post office and then go home. $60 a pack. Holy crap. Last time I bought tobacco, now cigarettes are high here, but not that high. But the last time I bought tobacco, it was like $32 for tobacco and tubes for like 3 cartons of cigarettes, which cartons are 10 packs to a carton. I know, $60. Holy crap. I think they're trying to force everybody to quit just by pricing them out. Umbilical hernia surgery. Your daughter was in Casper over the weekend and said they had an ice storm. I'm not surprised. We had like the pass was closed pretty much over the weekend and stuff because we just had like snow and blowing snow, and we didn't end up getting a whole lot of snow though. I think we got about 5 or 6 inches of snow, it looks like. The last time I bought a pack of Marlboro, they were $6. Yeah, they're probably higher now, but it depends a lot on where you are, because a lot of states have higher taxes than other states. Like years ago when I lived on Cape Cod, and a pack of cigarettes in like most states was like $4, and in Massachusetts it was like $8.99 for the same pack of cigarettes, and that was like 10 years ago, something like that, a little bit more than 10 years ago. Your pug sitting, I love pugs. Yeah, in Idaho, a pack of Marlboro Blacks was around $4.50. Here in California, they're around $11. Yeah, it totally depends on this. It varies from state to state depending on the tax. And some states have really high tax. New York is $10 a pack. Yep. I think it's about $8 a pack here now. Like I say, the difference in price is taxes. But I know like Wyoming has like an 8.5% sales tax. You know who else was very anti-tobacco? Hitler. Yep, Hitler was a vegetarian too. And he was a vegetarian because he didn't believe in killing animals. There you go. Don't know how much they are now. You vape. Vaping isn't very good for you either. So there is that. See all my pile of stuff here on the paper and art stuff piled up on my table there. It's your son's dog. He grew up there with your little white dog that was your daughter's. Nice. I had an aunt that had I think she had 6 pugs. Yeah, doesn't that make sense, Rich? We must not kill animals, but people are fair game. Getting ready for a new heat wave. I think we had a heat wave. We got up to 52 degrees today, but I think it's dropping again. And I've heard rumors of more snow coming later on in the week, which is why I got to make sure that I get to the post office tomorrow. Let me see. I got to make sure that I wear my compression socks to bed so I can get my shoes on in the morning. Oh, yeah, we're heading for cold weather. It's going to get down in the 20s on Saturday and the very low 30s the rest of the forecast. So I think it's 42 tomorrow, and then it's going to start dropping, and teens at night. So, yep. The forecast for as far as I can see is in the 30s and in the teens at night. So we're headed for cold weather again. I have not seen Trash Cat on Discord or anywhere for a little while. I hope she's doing good. She must just be busy. Hurry up, Blackie. I'm running out of stuff to talk about. I can show my art one more time, and if anybody wants to put in a bid, you're welcome to. Let me see here. Let me pull them up again. Oh, I didn't want to do that. And wolf portrait. Okay. So I'm going to show you the wolf portrait. There it is. And it is 8 by 10 with matted to an 11 by 14 and colored pencil on handmade bark paper. And then the other one is the buffalo. I don't know if that's going to that switch or not. That didn't work. Do it over again this way. Leave site. No, I don't want to leave the site. New local Austin. Hello, hello. Do I have a starting point? Probably, I'd better say at least 150 because, like I said, I just spent 3 days drawing it. Like 3 full days if I condense it together. That. I'll show the buffalo real quick. Is that for the wolf? I'm assuming the wolf, Nona? There's the buffalo. I'll hold it up here and show you, although, like I said, webcam doesn't really show it for shit, but that's why I was showing the photograph. So we'll give it a little bit of time, but we got a $150 bid on it. So. Oh, there's Blackie. Hello, hello.
Hi there. How are we?
We are doing good. And how are you?
I'm okay.
How's the weather there?
It's trying its hardest to rain, but it's still hot and humid, but it's windy and overcast as well.
Huh. The wind should help a little bit.
Yeah, it does. It takes the edge off, and it's certainly not as bad as it has been for the last few days. And it sounds like from earlier in the chat, the GRB is getting a similar heat wave to what we had the last week and through to now. Hello, Huawei and Cat and Divine and GRB and Boots Cats. New local. G'day, Mike. Mojo, Rich, everyone else who I've missed. Don't forget to hit that like button, everybody.
$52 degrees where Rich is. It's 34 here, which is fairly warm for Wyoming in the winter.
Yes, hopefully the rain holds off for a little bit. I already did 1 load of washing this morning, and my sister somehow found an extra 2 loads of washing to do. But there's always the dryer.
Okay, Rich, no problem. I definitely understand not having money.
Me 3, being a pensioner. Having such a bad hair day, I don't like it. When did you miss me, Kat?
I think Friday.
G'day, Joe. Gotcha, right.
Oh, at Crossmares. Oh, I didn't know he stopped by there.
Yeah, I popped in for a little while. I think Joe was there, but I don't think any of the other people from here were there.
I have not been stopping by there very often because he actually split up and he's doing stuff on 2 different channels. So I've been modding the other channel.
Yeah.
Because he's got the King Frostmare, and then Witch Cat usually mods at night. And then I mod the Frostmare TV. So he's got like 2 streams running at once.
Crikey, you know you're getting old when you can't read tiny letters on your phone screen.
Oh my God, do I ever know that feeling?
What? VOLTE? Must be something to do with the mobile strength because I've got a very tiny bar. I'll switch my phone off and back on again and see what happens. Lucky my hair makes your hair look like a rock star. Well, it mustn't have looked too shit because I got a couple of nice smiles and a couple of nice chats from girls in the supermarket today.
All right, there you go.
There's Blackie is a rock star. Thanks, Kat. You're always a gem to me.
Your dad has letters so big on his phone that you can't go online. I got like a new desk lamp the other day. I was trying to like figure out how to plug it in and stuff, but the lettering in the instructions was so tiny that I couldn't fucking read it at all. So I had to go online. I had to go online and find one similar and see how it was hooked up, and then I figured it out. Travis, hello.
Sarah got me for my birthday this shiatsu massage machine that you sort of strap yourself into and hold over your shoulders. And I, for the life of me, could not find the plug on it where you plugged it in to charge it up. And I had to do the same thing. I had to go on to searching up the product. The company itself, Home Medics, their website didn't have any information on how to plug it in, and I ended up finding it after watching like 2 different YouTube videos on the machine.
I had to I went like online and found similar lamps and then like blew up the pictures of them to see where they were plugged in at. And the problem is that there's one plug-in where you plug it into the lights, and then there's another one that's down by the bottom of the base. And I had seen the plug-in part because it's like it's not like a cord type plug-in. It's almost like a phone type plug-in with a little tiny little thing. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
USB kind of guy.
Yeah. And I'd seen it where it plugs in at, but I thought it was a screw sticking out. But it was actually like where you plug the thing in at.
Yeah, right. Where did you get that lamp from? Was it an Amazon or something like that?
It was an Amazon one, yeah.
It looks nice and nifty. G'day, Brian.
Hello.
Yeah, Chinese translated instructions are always fun to find. There's always at least one laugh out loud moment in them.
There is in the little booklet that was showing how to hook it up, there was like, it was in 7 different languages, and it just had like a diagram of where everything was plugged in at and stuff, but the diagram was so small, honest to God, couldn't see it.
I wonder too if when you get those made in China things, when they do their instruction manuals translated to like Spanish or French or German, or if they're just as funny as English. There's good motivation to become multilingual, so you can find that out. Yeah, magnifying glasses are handy.
Yeah.
I know Mum used to use a just the lens out of a magnifying glass when she had to read the phone book. But then, you know, phone books became pretty useless and she had eye surgery to fix her eyes. So
yeah,
it's probably still sitting in the drawer where the phone books used to go.
a lot of kids now wouldn't even know what a phone book was. Isn't that kind of sad?
Or a road map.
Yeah. There's enough of us old people that couldn't hardly read a road map, and now, you know, the younger generation aren't even going to know what they're looking at.
Yeah, the old street directories, you know, where you had a book that was your whole city and every page was a different part of the city, sort of thing. They were one of the best instigators for in-car arguments between partners back in the day.
Yep.
You've got the map. How come you can't put us in the right direction, etc.
And then they came out with MapQuest, which would just fucking drop you off in the middle of nowhere more often than not. I was going up to see Tucker when he lived way up in northern Montana, and I like printed out MapQuest directions, and it had me turn onto like this dirt road, like a wide, real wide, well-traveled looking dirt road, but it was a dirt road. And I drove and drove and drove and drove, and I finally called Tucker, and he asked me where I was, and I said, well, we're like a little bit past the water on the side of the road that had a hawk circling it. And we just passed a Budweiser bottle in the middle of the road.
Solid landmarks.
Yep. But actually, it had put us on a road that was shorter than going on the highway, distance-wise, but would have taken me like 2 days to get to Tucker driving on that road. So we had to turn around and go back. Yeah, MapQuest sends you on an adventure. I also used MapQuest one time to get to the tar pits in Los Angeles, and it just dropped me off in the middle of a neighborhood and said I was there. And my daughter was yelling at me. She said, I told you we passed signs for it a while ago that said to turn right, but you had to follow MapQuest.
It's in the name, I mean, it says quest.
That's true. And I have heard of MapQuest more than once, like sending people out to places that got them in genuine trouble where they had to be rescued.
Yeesh.
Like over the top of a mountain that the road was closed on and stuff like that. So kids don't realize how good they have it now when they can just like log into a thing in their car and have it give them turn by turn directions and shit.
And what the speed limit is, and if there's a speed camera up ahead, and all the other things.
Yeah, and what the traffic is up ahead and all that stuff. Yeah.
Bloody generations, always whinging about the generations after him and before him. I forgot. I forgot that the physiotherapist was coming today for Mum and Dad, and I didn't tell them. And now he's arrived. Sometimes it's better to surprise them, because when they know he's coming, my dad can pike out. And sometimes Mum wants me to cancel him because she's in too much pain or anything. G'day, Skip.
Hey, Skipper.
See you, Mojo. Thanks for hanging out.
Oh, yeah. See you later, Mojo. I almost missed you leaving.
Yeah, my old man has a tendency to wuss out of doing his physio, but I tell the physio just to persist and make him do it, and he'll do it.
Hello.
Yeah, that's hello, Coro, by the way. And yes, that's probably true. We know exactly how good we have it. That's why we don't want to go back.
Okay, Joe. Thanks for stopping by.
Read a map, you would go to cartography school. See you, Joe.
Always try before you start an adventure. That's true.
Actually, yeah, I was quite surprised the other day. One of my parents' mates came over for a visit, and when he came in, he brought his GPS out of his car and put it on the table in front of me, because he wanted a route programmed into it where he had to go after here. I was like, fuck, people still use these things. And yeah, it was actually quite a mission. Yeah, getting the address that he wanted into it. But we got there in the end.
That's very true, Curl. Have y'all ever looked at historical maps? They're all sorts of wrong.
Yeah.
Yep. But it makes it more adventurous.
Oh yeah, Rich, I don't think old mate had updated his actually it might have even been a Garmin as well, but I don't think he'd updated that thing since the day he bought it, or cleaned out any of the locations that he'd been to, because when I was trying to punch in addresses, it was saying, "This, you have already reached maximum storage. You can't add a new one until you remove old ones." And then I had to Google how to remove old ones from his particular model, and the place in the menu where it told me to go to delete old ones didn't exist in his menu.
Oh no.
So I did that classic thing again where I switched it off and I switched it back on, and then it let me put the address in properly. But because one of the words in the address, it was Kirkwood Road or Kirkwood Street. But there's a suburb in a town in central Queensland, Rockhampton, called Kirkwood. And yeah, it was trying to send him, 7 hours north instead of half an hour north. So I think that's what was spinning him out, is that he put in the town instead of the street. Yeah,
what
that's
is
for sure.
All the way down? Hey, Jenny Lynn.
G'day, Jen. Excuse me a sec. Good stuff. I heard the front door open up again, and I thought that the olds had sent the physio guy away, but he's bringing one of them out the door to take him for a walk, so that's good. Hasn't really been able to take them outside for a walk because it's been too fucking hot. I mean, freaking hot and humid.
Mm.
Dad's okay in the humidity, but it knocks Mum about. Something shocking. She's like me. She really suffers in the heat, but Dad's at the opposite end of the temperature spectrum. Still sleeping in flannelette pajamas in the middle of summer.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, I'm going to show what I've got for sale again real quick. I think if I can get the buttons. Okay, so we got this wolf here, and we have a $150 bid on it.
Oh, nice. That's gorgeous.
And it
Winter
is
coat.
8 by 10, frame to 11 by 14.
Who's got the bid on it?
Nona.
Nice.
And then we still have the buffalo too, which does not have a bid on it. And I'm probably going to go ahead and slap the buffalo onto a Facebook auction. Let's see what happens.
Have you done one of those before?
No, I haven't. That's what worries me, but I might try it.
You got to dip your toe in the water sometime.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Jenny. Oh, I didn't put up the link in case anybody wants to come up. Do that real quick. If anybody wants to join the panel, there's the link.
Yeah, Mighty Wind is very good GRB. All of those people's movies are funny because most of them are like pretty much 100% improvised. Like Curb Your Enthusiasm, they have a concept of what they want to do and they just let the actors go for it. It's a very interesting concept for making a film.
Not seen that.
It's pretty much the guys that did Spinal Tap. I think that was their first big mainstream success movie. Christopher Guest and now I'm going to forget all their names. Harry Shearer. Michael someone. G'day, June.
Oh no, she says her cat tried to report my channel. Oh.
I heard the dog making noises before. Eugene Levy, I think, is in them, or Levi, if you want to pronounce it that way, or Levy.
Larry David?
No, I don't think Larry David was in them, no. But it's Curb Your Enthusiasm when they filmed that show. It was Michael McKean, thanks GRB, that's him. yeah, Curb Your Enthusiasm was also, it wasn't really scripted. It was just concepts. This happens in this scene. This happens in this scene. And all the lines are basically improvised. Is anyone fans of Spinal Tap that really enjoy it? Because there's an English one that was similar as well called Bad News. And it was three of the guys from The Young Ones and Brian May from Queen. And it was the same sort of satire of a rock band on tour. It was quite funny. But yeah, if you liked Spinal Tap, check out Bad News. It's Spinal Tap with an English accent. And potentially funnier songs too. Oh, I thought you would have known of Bad News, GRB. Fully thought you would have known it. Adrian Edmondson, Rick Mayall, Nigel Planer. They were the three young ones that were in it. I listened to multiple improvisational podcasts. It's one of my favourite forms of comedy, and I think it doesn't get enough respect in the comedy community. Pardon, mate. Oh, you've got to watch the Young Ones TV show. It was brilliant. I remember encountering it as a teenager about the same time that I discovered Monty Python, and really exposed me to new forms of comedy, this absurdism and crazy, wild, funny stuff that I'd not really experienced before. You know, my version of comedy growing up as a kid was American sitcoms and stuff like that. And
Yeah, I
I
think
was
the first time I was
blown away.
exposed to British humor, it was the Benny Hill show.
Yes, I remember vaguely being exposed to that on TV as a very young child, and it was very probably shouldn't have been watching it at my age, but they
Yeah.
were a bit more lax about stuff like that in those days.
Yep.
There was definitely the first time that I was exposed to throngs of lingerie-clad women running around.
Yep. But I think my favorite comedy was like Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and
Anything Python was good.
and Faulty Towers was pretty good.
I think we spoke about Faulty Towers on one of the recent streams, where I still am blown away to this day that there was only ever 12 episodes of Faulty Towers
Yeah,
made.
there was only 12 episodes of it, but they were good. I watched them more than once. Every once in a while on PBS, they would run a Faulty Towers marathon and play them all.
Can you play the Benny Hill theme on your black tenor sax, Divine? I wonder have I remembered that correctly. That it was Divine saying he owned a black tenor sax. There's definitely, I mean, there's a massive boom in stand-up comedy at the moment, and there's potentially way too many comedy specials coming out. I was wondering if it was a physical reason why you couldn't watch comedies, Rich. Wacky sax, that's right, that's what it's called. Or something like that. But yeah, there just seems to be way too many comedy specials coming out, even though a lot of them are probably very good. Yeah, and your tenor sax was black, right? And your alto's gold. I think I'm remembering that right, Divine. Some facts settle in here and stay, but some don't. Or some get conflated with other things. Yeah, Life of Brian is brilliant.
Oh yeah, that was good too. Oh no.
What did you do?
Oh, I'm okay. I thought I shut off the stream for a minute. Night, Skipper.
See you, Skipper. Thanks for popping in. Make sure you smash that like on your way out and all that good stuff.
The meaning of life was pretty good too. But then you got to understand that I have always had like a really dark sense of humor. So movies like that just totally make me laugh.
Well, Meaning of Life too was it was very different to all the other movies that they were doing, because it was more like The Flying Circus, where it was just, extended sketches the whole way through.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good way to the way they actually chronicled life, I guess, by doing different sketches relating to each stage of life and whatnot. Yeah, it was very good as well. And of course, Yellowbeard could almost be considered a Monty Python movie with the amount of Monty Python people in it.
What was that? Which one?
Yellowbeard.
Oh yeah, I remember that movie.
Stagger, stagger, crow, crow, stagger.
Hi, Big Steve.
G'day, Steve. Yeah, I think that was potentially Graham Chapman's best work as Yellowbeard. I think he was even better as Yellowbeard than he was as Brian.
Is Nona still here? I should probably finish off the auction for her, huh? Are you still here, Nona? She might have fallen asleep waiting for me. Getting Nona, wake up. Yeah. Oh, she's not in the room? Well, darn, I might have to do a small stream tomorrow to catch up with her again.
Put her on ice.
If she's not even here, she might have had YouTube problems or something like that too.
The reeds for the saxophone are very expensive lately. I don't care about your jewelry. So you've not seen Yellowbeard, Pam?
Not seen what?
Yellowbeard.
No, I've seen it many years ago.
We had back in the old days of videotapes, and we inherited an old beta machine and stacks and stacks of beta movies, because beta lost the war with VHS and not many people were into the beta anymore, or beta, however you want to say it. And yeah, one of the ones we had was Yellowbeard, and by crikey, I thrashed the hell out of that videotape. Watched it so many times.
You ever see a movie? I remember one that was really funny. It was called I don't remember who all was in it, but it was called Amazon Women on the Moon.
Yeah.
The basis of it was the guy switching the TV channels and he'd get sucked into the different shows. It was pretty hilarious.
There was a couple of scenes in that movie too that I used to like rewinding and watching over and over, because there was full nudity in it as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went looking for that not long ago on streaming services and I couldn't find it. So it'd be nice to actually watch that again, because it must be at least 30 years since I've seen that.
Oh, it's been years since I've seen it. I still remember though the black guy when he gets home from work and the phone rings and he's like, no, she doesn't live here. And then as everything starts going wrong at the end, he gets last phone call because somebody keeps calling, and his tie gets sucked into the garbage disposal and all this other stuff. And by the time he's pointing the remote at the TV, you're telling yourself, no, don't do it. He hits start on the remote and the TV blows up. And then the phone rings again for the 10th time looking for some woman, and he answers the phone. He says, the bitch don't live here. Oh, that was a pretty good movie though.
Amazon Women
the pirate scene where they open up the treasure chest and it's full of movies. And the pirate says, oh, I'm so scared. Ha! That was a good movie. I don't it's been years since I've seen it though.
Well, yeah, that was another good one that was basically sketch comedy.
Yep.
In a movie format.
And it had the guy that the son of the Invisible Man.
Yeah.
Remember that, where he's walking through the bar going, and he thinks he's invisible, but he's not. He's walking around the bar naked. Yeah, that was good. I wouldn't mind watching that movie again either, because it's been so many years since I've seen it. And this is totally different, but another one of my favorite comedy movies, because comedies are my favorite anyway, but was what was the name of it? Lake Placid with Betty White. Oh my God, she was so funny in that movie. Oh my God,
Oh,
I
she's
think
feeding
I
the
watched it.
crocodile.
I think, yeah, I watched it like 3 times just so I could try to remember some of the insults in that movie because they had some really good insults.
Yeah, that was a good film. And it was a crocodile in America, not an alligator.
Yeah. And Betty White was so funny in it because you just didn't expect her to say that kind of stuff. She was hilarious.
Well, the internet still seems to not have it streaming anywhere. So I'll have to forego that unless I find it on DVD somewhere. Maybe you're thinking, Rich, of The Rage in Placid Lake, which was the main dude in that movie was an Australian lad called Ben Lee, noted more for his songs. But yeah, that was a very, very different type of movie to Placid Lake. I think in the movie his name was Placid Lake, so it was The Rage in Placid Lake. I think it was like a coming of age movie or something like that, more of a teen romp sort of thing.
Well, Lake Placid, I remember the first time I saw it, one of my exes was like totally loved horror movies, and I hated horror movies. And he rented Lake Placid when it first came out, thinking it was going to be a horror movie, which I guess it kind of was, but it was more funny than anything else. And I loved it.
Change reads after 4 plays. That's a bit excessive, isn't it? Unless you're using lots of teeth, I guess. Yeah, she's got a fun part in that movie, Rich.
Yeah, she played the old widow that was feeding the alligators or the crocodile.
Yeah, now I can't remember. I know the big nasty one was supposed to be either a Nile crocodile or a saltwater crocodile, but I can't remember if the ones that she were feeding were actual alligators. Hair everywhere. The Raid. I'm not sure I'm familiar with that, Huawei. Yeah, but Florida's only got American crocodiles. Be a nightmare in Florida if they are Nile crocodiles or Australia's saltwater crocodiles were there as well. They get a wee bit bigger than the American ones. I'm going to go and grab a beverage.
Okay. We have American alligators and American crocodiles. I don't know. I always get mixed up on all the different kinds. What's alligators and what's crocodiles, and I think alligators have the wide mouth and the crocodiles have the narrower mouth, but I'm not really sure. Humidity and everything also factors into how often you change the reeds. Yeah.
And what's the other one like caiman with the long, thin beaks? Caracals or something?
We also occasionally get salty crocs. Do we really? I didn't know that. But that's not too surprising. I don't know how far they can swim, but yeah. All I know is there isn't any of either one in Wyoming.
Pardon, mate.
Crocs are more aggressive than alligators.
I
So what's in Africa? Is it alligators or crocodiles?
Crocodiles. They have the
Crocodile.
Nile crocodile is their
Okay.
primary species. And yeah, the other crocodilian that I was thinking of was definitely not a caracal, because that's a kind of cat.
Maybe crocodile cowboy boots in Wyoming. That's true. That's true. There's probably more than one pair.
They're very similar to caimans. They're very similar to caimans divine. But there's another one that has an even longer, skinnier nose with a like a bulbous little ball on the end of it. I have to be a bit broader in my search. Crocodilians. Goodness.
No, Nona's still not even in the chat, so she dropped out for some reason. But we'll just do a quick stream tomorrow night so she can get back in on it and get the drawing if she still wants it.
Gharial. Gharial. That's the one I was thinking of. They have a really funky looking head.
G-R what?
G-H-A-R-I-A-L. Gharial.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. Those are weird looking guys. Hang on, I'll share some pictures of them. These guys with they have super, super narrow snouts. I've seen pictures of them on different nature shows before.
Yeah, I always thought as a youngster growing up that they would be the ones to have as a pet because, you know, they don't have such a massive mouth and such a huge bite force to rip you apart.
And they're strange looking. And they got that little ball on the end of their snout too. But
Rich
I don't
says,
see where they're from. Where are they from?
Central and South America, I believe.
They're among the longest of all living crocodilians.
Rich asks if you can blow one of the pictures up, please.
Yeah, I can. Hang on.
He's in the Bobbyverse. We're viewing this on a telephone.
That's as much as I can blow that one up, but it shows full mouth and stuff. Oh, there, I got it. There it is. I never would have remembered what they were called, though. That was good of you.
I mean, knowing now that they're called gharials, I can understand why I thought they were called caracals.
Yeah.
But yeah, slightly different creatures, even though the caracals are a pretty cute little wildcat as well. I mean, I don't think they're too small, but they're not big.
Yeah, same here, Rich. I've seen like photographs of them and seen them on videos, but I've never actually seen one.
Yeah, Divine. I believe they're critically endangered too because they're the places where they exist are not widespread and also subject to, you know, human invasion as well. Habitat destruction or pollution and shit like that impinges more on their food what do you call it, food chain than anything else. Because yeah, I don't think people are running into them too often to be killing them. I think it's more the pollution and stuff like that, damaging fish populations in their areas, etc.
It seems like with that narrow of a snout, they would be more like fish eating rather than like going after mammals and stuff in the water, because it seems like they would have a lot harder time killing something like a zebra without, breaking their snout.
Yeah, it does look like a gharial's snout could break if it took on something too strong and muscly. Yeah, I'll type it in chat for you, Huawei. Caracal. They probably are very similar, but yeah, different. But servals are very, very pretty cats. I don't know if I'd have one as a pet, though. Caracal's got those pointy ears that are funky looking. They do. Yes, they do, Boots. This was an art live stream, and now it's a nature live stream.
Yep. That's okay.
What about bobcats? Do you get bobcats where you are, Pam?
Yeah. Yep.
How big do they get? 2 foot tall or not even?
They generally aren't really big, but I have seen a couple really big ones. No, because I don't have any photographs of them, Carl. And I won't just pull something offline and draw it because it's very unethical. So I don't do it. Copyright and all that stuff. I have a friend that lives in Gillette, Wyoming, which is way up north. And he had a bobcat kill a young buck deer and drag it underneath his porch. And like ate on it for a couple weeks, and they basically, the male and the female, like lived underneath his porch for the winter. But that Tom was probably a good 200 pounds. It was a really big cat. I mean,
Jesus.
really big cat, and it was a bobcat.
Coro has a really good idea there. G'day, TJ.
Hi, TJ.
Coro saying, can't you use multiple reference photos and it be considered a transformative work?
Yeah, but I prefer to use either my own photos or photos from that friends have taken and send me.
I don't know if you're going to get any photos of Garioles from friends.
I know, huh?
You just look at a photo of a Gariole basking on a beach and then, put it in a song and dance routine or something. Make it do something completely silly. Who knows? The possibilities are endless.
Yeah, I had an artist friend ask me to use one of my photographs of a bear for a reference one time. And the bear was like walking on a log, on a fairly narrow log, and she put a tutu on him. So there you go.
Well, at least that way it can't be compared to yours.
Mm-hmm. I think 2 or 3 times used photographs from online because somebody wanted me to do it, but I won't do it without getting a hold of the photographer and getting written permission. I've done that a couple times.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Do it all legit.
Yeah.
At least you feel a bit better about your own integrity that way.
Uh-huh. But mostly I prefer using my own, just not just because nobody else has those photos, but also because I have personal experience with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that adds to the artwork. And then also, if you use someone else's photo, then it's best, like when you post it online, to say from a reference photo from and put their name in there too.
I've just gone off into the side and trying a thing. You could use AI, like AI art stuff,
Yeah.
to create a picture and then draw that.
Yeah, I never thought of doing something like that. I suppose you could, though.
It seems the first dodgy one that I signed into doesn't know what a Gary is. Or it's just thinking extra long because I've got so many tabs open. Come back to that and see what it makes.
I've done a couple drawings of eagles.
Was it? When was it? It's probably way back before Christmas. It might have even been when I was going to Sarah's house before the expo, and there was a couple of, or it might have been when we were coming home back to her place from the expo, and there was a couple of wedge-tail eagles, and they were flying so low that they were massive because they're very big eagles. I probably should have stopped and taken some photos of them.
Mm-hmm.
They're a very impressive bird. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Night Cafe is not a great AI art creation thing. Try the next one.
So on those sites that you're looking at, you don't have to pay for the site.
I think you get better features if you pay, but there are some free options out there.
So what do you do? How do you look them up?
I just typed AI art generator.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
GenCraft has generated me a couple of pictures pretty quick. But they also don't look very fantastic. I'll try a different keywords, some different keywords. This, can I even save them? Yeah, I can save them. Or I should just share the screen, shouldn't I? This one, I don't think the AI was necessarily understanding what it was creating. It's created a crocodilian with 6 legs.
Oh wow. That's rather interesting.
Even both of the pictures have it with 6 legs.
Yeah, that's really odd. Huh.
That's a little bit stupid. Let's try catching a fish instead of eating a fish. See what the community is generating. Blindfolded young girls. Interesting.
Huh.
That doesn't even look like a fish, and it barely looks like a gharial.
Exactly. Yeah.
Let's try eagle flying with a rabbit in its talons. And then, yeah, I guess if you don't specify what sort of eagle, you might get some random weird one. Well, that could be a fun one to try.
He's totally missing the rabbit.
Yeah. You could fix that in post, though. Oh, that dude's guitar's broken.
Oh, it's got an extra leg too.
Oh, it has too. I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
And that one, its head looks almost a little bit too big.
Yeah. And the talons aren't right.
They're like, yeah, very wonky right foot.
Yeah. So I think they haven't perfected it yet.
Yeah, well, that highlights the fact that AI might not be too much of a problem for us just yet.
Mm-hmm.
If they can't work out how many feet on a quadruped and how many feet on a biped. But yeah, birds of prey are always pretty spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it, GRB. The critters from nuclear power plant cooling ponds. Yeah, so that was a website called GenCraft, if anyone's interested in fiddling around. True, Coro. You've got to be specific, I guess, with your parameters for AI. Otherwise, it fills in the blanks itself. Yeah, I think I had the GenCraft app on my phone, and using the app, I don't think you could use it for free. I think it constantly prompted you to sign up to the full one. And there's awesome. I suppose. What are you still in? Are you come in spring yet, or are you still in winter? February is still winter, isn't it?
It's definitely still winter in Wyoming. Some people are talking spring already, but in Wyoming, we usually have our last snowstorm at the end of May. And sometimes it can be June. So we still have winter left here.
I know there's lots of really cool like live cams that run 24 hours a day of owl nests and bald eagle nests.
Oh yeah, and bald eagle nests. I've
paragraph
seen them. Yeah,
ones.
yeah.
They can often be quite fun, and some of those channels that run those 24-hour live stream nest cams will often do like a best of the week or highlights of the week sort of thing, so you can see when they bring food back or when a predator tries to take them out. There's loads of good YouTube videos like that if you're interested in watching nesting birds, especially big birds of prey and stuff. Oh, red-tailed hawks. Good call, Coro. When I heard a story the other day, or read a story, I can't remember which it was, where they were talking about when the bald eagle was decided upon for the American national bird, and there was radio or TV promotion or something, and they didn't like the noise that the bald eagle made, because the bald eagle was supposed to be this big, large, splendid bird, but its call wasn't that impressive. So they actually used the red-tailed hawk's call instead of the bald eagle's call. So you actually had footage of a bald eagle, but they used the red-tailed hawk instead because it had a more menacing screech.
Yeah. Benjamin Franklin wanted the national bird to be the turkey.
That is a question that pops up in trivia quite often.
Yeah. I've done quite a few red-tailed hawks.
Pardon me. Wow, they're a beautiful bird. Yeah, Coro, that's like how kookaburras get used in almost every jungle scene in almost every movie that includes a jungle scene ever. Whether it's in Africa or America or South America, you've got kookaburras in all of them. Yeah, we do get lots of Brahminy kites, GRB. I like them a lot. They're very pretty, small bird of prey. Smallish, I guess. They're not tiny. I guess our most common ones are Brahminy kites and whistling kites. But we also have wedge-tailed eagles that nest up on the mountain behind me. So every summer you see them every other day sort of thing. Ospreys, white-breasted sea eagles we get a lot of. Pacific bazzes, which are an interesting one. I think they're also called crested hawks. They're a funky looking bird. Owls, of course, lots of owls. Not sure how many different species of owls, but we have a few. Oh, and we have butcherbirds. We actually have a bird called butcherbird, Coro. Beautiful song. If you want to hear birds that sound amazingly beautiful, look up some videos on butcherbirds. They have a really nice song. And they befriend humans quite rapidly, but they are another species that swoops at humans unless they know the humans during breeding season. Very protective of their nest, but if the birds, they're in the corvid family, so they're like crows and magpies and whatnot, very protective of their babies, but also very knowledgeable of people that have been good to them and people that haven't. So if you're nice to your corvid species, they don't treat you like trash and don't attack you and whatnot, and are actually quite easy to befriend.
I know I got to do that. I found out there's a big difference when I don't, because the last 2 days I haven't put them on and my feet are huge. So tonight I'm going to put them on so I can get my shoes on tomorrow.
Oh, aren't they, Corey? Maybe butcherbirds from here aren't either. Pardon me. Oh, here we go.
Well, it sounds like someone whistling.
They have so many different notes and tones that they can do. It's nuts. And magpies, Australian magpies, are very similar as well. They have a very broad range of song that they can produce as well.
Yep, compression socks, Rich. If I don't wear, I got some like a few months ago and started using them, and they make a huge difference. I mean, a really big difference. And like I said, the last 2 days I haven't worn them, and you can't even recognize my feet as being feet. They're so swelled up. So I've got to make sure I put on a pair before I go to bed tonight, so that when I get up in the morning, I can go to town. Because when my feet are huge like that, I cannot put on shoes. American butcherbirds are known for taking crickets and mice, etc., and impaling them on thorns or barbed wire fences for later. That is different.
I've definitely witnessed our butcherbirds and magpies stashing food. They'll take, like when we used to feed them lots of meats and whatnot, which have become quite frowned upon, so I don't do it anymore. But when there was a glut of food, they'd go and poke the food in little nooks in fence posts or in the trees and whatnot, and come back to it later.
I think crows do that too, but
yeah, I think that's a sign of intelligence, knowing that you're planning for the future.
because American butcherbirds are little and cute like a chickadee.
Might have to look them up too.
I need to check and see what they look like, because I don't think I've ever seen one. I might have seen one and not known what it was.
I looked up American butcherbird and it returned me with loggerhead shrike.
Yeah, that's the same thing happened with me.
And great cinereous shrike or butcherbird.
Great American shrike. Yep. The loggerhead shrike. I've seen those before. Yep, it says that they're known for their habit of impaling prey on sharp objects such as thorns or barbed wire fences. Huh.
You know, I've learned something here today that Australian magpies aren't corvids. Thanks, Corey.
Wow, Grasshopper, get pictures for me next time.
Yeah, dude, slacking. No, I haven't been drawing, Cat. I haven't had the motivation or the desire or the spare time. I spend all my spare time sitting on live streams talking to you people.
And Nona still isn't here, so I've never had that happen before, but I think that the best thing to do is we'll just do a stream tomorrow night too and get the auction done with since she bid on it. But she just flat isn't here at all, so I wonder if she fell asleep or if something happened to her internet or what.
I would imagine something potentially went wrong with her internet, because if something happened, she'd probably say, "Oh, I got to go and do this thing," instead of just vanish while she's in the middle of an auction. She might have had a storm or some nonsense like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you've got her email, you could potentially send her a quick note asking.
Yeah, I'll send her a note and let her know that we'll finish the auction tomorrow night.
Yeah. Oh, I've got Huawei's shirt on too. Another option with, say, you said the other day that you don't have many wolf pictures. You could open them up in your image manipulation program, flip them left to right, and then draw them that way as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know we're dealing with integrity here, and clearly your integrity is very difficult to snap.
Sarah is the keeper of the corn. Oh, Grasshopper says he DM'd her. Okay, well, just let her know that we'll do it tomorrow night. We'll finish it up tomorrow night for her.
I did, in response to Kat's question about me drawing, I did get one of my boys the other night who does a bit of drawing himself. I got him to draw me some Mr. Squiggles, which is probably means nothing to anyone outside of Australia. But Mr. Squiggle used to be this TV show on when I was a kid, and Mr. Squiggle was this ridiculous unit from outer space with a pencil for a nose. And he'd always get like a couple of lines and squiggles drawn on a big page. And then the puppeteer would use his pencil on his nose to turn those squiggles and lines into pictures.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I got one of my sons the other night to do some Mr. Squiggles for me, where he'd like put some, oh Jesus, how harsh is that light? Put some lines on paper for future use, where I could, you know, draw nonsense on them and stuff. Very simple things.
That's a good idea.
None of them are showing up on this light.
No, we can just barely see them.
No, it's a waste of time, but yeah. So, you know, if I decide to bust out some pens, I've got some places to start drawing silly things. Yeah, I'm not even sure what the last things were I've showed. I've done some.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Yeah, sort of like half-assed efforts at, and just drawing little things and not completing them or not taking them any further. This one that I still don't know which way it goes, whether it's that way or that way. Actually, I did that in the dark on Sarah's balcony before the expo, I think. I may or may not have had quite a few wild turkeys. But yeah, considering I was in the dark and pretty much all I had to go on was moonlight because everything was off in the house. Sarah was already in bed and kids were in bed. Penis Land. They really knew what they were doing when they made that name up. Didn't they, by the way? Pen Island, as if that's what they were thinking. Showed that one. Showed that one. I think I showed that one. That's rubbish. That's kind of rubbish too, but it's not too shit.
Oh, we can see that. That looks good.
I don't know if it goes that way. Yeah, it goes that way. Actually, it might even go that way. I've just got an idea seeing that way, so maybe that does go that way. Thanks, Divine. I don't love it all. Probably my problem. That one's a bit hectic. Now I can't remember which way I'm going in the book. That one's more akin to my normal style, I guess. Really doesn't like the light coming off the laptop screen, does it? Oh, that was my heart one. A perfect replica of a human heart. Every time I see this one too, I always want to do. I always think I've got to do something else to it. But I don't know. The heart is Kat's favourite. Oops, going backwards. Forwards. It's hard looking back through this book because I look at pictures that I don't know if you can call them pictures or not, but things like this say that I know that it took me hours and hours and hours to complete that. But I'm not necessarily a fan of the finished product,
That's the way all artists are.
Yeah, I suppose. I kind of almost, as soon as I'd said that, I expected that you were going to say that. That one I don't mind too much. But again, I'm not convinced that it's not finished. Again, all artists say that as well, I suppose. Lucky I don't consider myself an artist. I just dabble.
There's a quote from Leonardo da Vinci that says something like, art is never finished, it's just abandoned.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. That's another one where it doesn't look like it, but there was a lot of time put into getting all of those silly little pen marks in the right spots. I think you meant to say he's not an artist, he's just art curious. Way. And I like that, yeah. I might try and remember that one. Jesus Christ, this one's just too full on. There's just too much ink in that picture. I might as well have just drawn an eye in the middle of this screen, a piece of paper. Fuck no.
I was going to say, it looks like a Sasquatch.
Yeah, well, it's definitely supposed to be something human-like underneath all that hair and stuff. Yeah, I spoke to Bob the other day, Devine. He's looking at buying another, a really nice carpet variation on a carpet python. Beautiful looking snake. I hope he gets it because it's gorgeous, and he needs an Australian or a Southeast Asian python in his life. That one's just too busy. There's too much shit going on. Oh, that one's even worse. It's so busy. White page. That one's fun.
That one's pretty cool. I like that one.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks a little bit too much like Alien. Zip. That's just a bleeding eyeball. No one needs to see that. Oh, now we're back into the experimenting with coloured pencils as well. Some of them were pretty shitfully scary. No. Don't know why I skipped pages. What a waste. What was I thinking? This one has some nice contours and shapes and stuff in it. What's that? There's a creature that can squirt blood from its tear ducts or something. Is it a frog or a lizard?
There's a lizard that can.
Yeah. That's back to the start. So there you go. That's my history in art in the last 2.5 years.
Yep, the horned toad.
That's right. That was just some chords that I've got laid out for a what do I call it? A fun version of a Guns N' Roses song. Which, yes, I probably when I write chords down for a song and plan shit out, I probably should go through with those plans and actually play the song instead of just writing notes on a piece of paper. That stick-to-itiveness that I lack. Still hasn't rained yet. Should make some art out of the chords you don't use. It's an interesting concept, Corey. Would you care to elucidate? Pardon me. Pardon me. Doesn't count if you're burping while you're saying pardon me, does it? You don't have to say pardon me for that one.
Well, guys, we've been about 2 hours, so I think we'll go ahead and close it down for tonight since I'm going to be doing a stream tomorrow night for sure. So we will see everybody tomorrow night. And thank you, Blackie, and thank you, Kat and Grasshopper, for modding, and thank you everybody for hanging out with us. Like I say, we will to be continued tomorrow night.
Hopefully. And if anyone talks to Trash Cat, let her know that I still haven't put her shirt in the mail, but it's coming. It's a logistical nightmare.
Yeah. Okay, good night, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for coming in, guys.
See you tomorrow.